السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Dear brothers and sisters, dear friends, distinguished guest, Dr. Abdul Qadir, Dr. Maulana Saji Noami, Dr. Hosni Mahmoud from Malaysia. I am very indeed happy to be with you today at this significant event, the International Education Summit. I would like in the beginning to extend my profound thanks and appreciation to the Dr. Abdul Qadir, Chairman of Shaheen Group of Institutions, for inviting me here and for organizing this important conference, especially in the critical time where is the world crossing way full with hatred, racism, discrimination, wars, terrorism, values, and high principles. Also, they want the superpower, though they are controlling the world. They want to change the concept of the principle and the high principles which we had studied and we had born on it. In this occasion, I express my high appreciation as well to the people, parties, institutions, and government of India, the government of the Republic of India for their continuous support and solidarity with our Palestinian people to enable them regain and exercise their legitimate national rights, including their rights of return, self-determination, and establishment of their independent state with East Jerusalem as a capital. Dear friends, brothers, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank the organizing committee of this important summit for organizing such an important event regarding the most important subject, the education, which it is the key of peace, the key of tolerance and justice, dignity, freedom, and truly democracy. Also, Lord, thanks to the host country, Great Republic of India, for their great support to this education sector. Before starting my speech about Palestine model in the education, I would like to share with you some information about the importance of the education. I am a practical person. I don't believe in speeches. I am practical more than theoretical. I believe with the plan of actions, with the program. And as I am seeing here, the majority of the audience, they are Muslim. All of you must be proud that you are a Muslim, because Islam brought the education in the land. All of us know that the first word come down from the heaven. It is Iqra to Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. And all of us know that Ar-Rahman allama al-Quran. The Quran, it is itself education, but not only in science, in every field in our life. I believe education is the most important tool you can receive that can bring you most success in society. Today, education lessens the challenges you will face in life. The more knowledge you gain, the more opportunities will open up to allow individual to achieve better possibilities in career as a person growth. Education is the most powerful weapons which you can use to change the world. Once said by a wise man named Nelson Mandela, and that is why I strongly agree why education is important. An important purpose of education is that it helps in reduction of the poverty, unemployment, and help in developing strong society. With the help of the education, person gain confidence in his personality, also in his skills, which later on gives a good result in the form of their society. It has allowed the community to succeed both socially and economically by enabling it to develop common cultural and values. Now, I will start my speech about Palestine. As all of you, we still living under the occupation until today. But we are proud of ourselves that the Palestinian people, though they are suffering from the most powerful occupation leading by Israel, backing by the most important power in the world, United States, we are the most educated people in Middle East. Why we are the most educated people in Middle East? Maybe because we lose our land. We lost a lot of things in our life. Only things it remained to us, which it was offered to us from different institutes, and also is the education. With the education, we still struggling against the occupation. And we will win because we believe in our people. Now, all of you can monitoring the best teacher in the world. Last year got from Palestine the best school and the best education project. Now I would like to share with you, with all of you, some information about education in the occupied Palestine. We can say that the education in Palestine went through 4 stages. During the Ottoman Empire, since 1516 until 1917. It was very poor experience because themselves also they suffered in the education. The second stage, it is the British mandatory period from 1917 until 1947 when they left Palestine and they give it to Jewish people, replacing the Palestinian people, the owner of the land. The third stage, it was during the Israeli occupation from the beginning, education under Egyptian and Jordan sovereignty. As you know, Israel occupied Palestine not once, in 2 dates. One, it is in 1948, and the second, it was in 1967. And during 1947 until 1967, this period, our education system controlled by Egypt and by Jordan. Egypt took it the part of Gaza, and Jordan, they have taken the part of West Bank with East Jerusalem. We had a good experience. We educated a lot of people, especially in Egypt. As all of you know, a historical leader, Jamal Abdel Nasser, when he gave a chance for the Palestinian people to study as the Egyptian citizen. So we can speak about 1950 until 1970, our Disapura, they had the basic education, which it is the 12th class in that time, which we, in this experience, we built education system in many Arab Gulf countries. Then the last stage, it came after the Oslo Agreement and the peace process with the creation of the Palestinian National Authority. Because there is no time, I must to be quick and to give you some informations. The Palestinian National Authority creation role, achievements, and challenges of the Ministry of the Education of the Higher Education. The Palestinian people has been under occupying power from its very beginning. First, the Ottoman Empire, British Mandate, Egypt and Jordan, and after 1967 until 1993, it is controlled by Israeli occupation. The British mandate to international agreement fixed history of this land. It is in 1916 and 1917, which it is Sykes-Picot agreement, which divided the region for 5 states. And in the same year, the foreign minister of Britain, Mr. Balfour, he promised the Jews to create their homeland in Palestine. So it was very difficult situation in that time. In 1994, 750,000 Palestinians became refugees. And in 1949, by the American, they created UNRWA, the United Nations Relief Works Agency. And now today, the Americans, they want to block and to make a punishment on the Palestinian leader and the Palestinian people to stop financing the UNRWA, which it is responsible for the education in the occupied territory and in the refugees camps outside Palestine. Now I can tell you that the first university we built it in Palestine, it is started in 1970. Now we have 49 high education institutes, universities and university colleges and polytechnic colleges, which they are in the high level, not in the Middle East, but we have some universities in the world rank, like Islamic University in Gaza, Al-Azhar University, and Birzeit and Al-Najah University in West Bank. PNA, the Palestinian National Authority, creation in 1994, with 5-year interim body. After that, we will have our independent state. But since that time, in 1995, the Israelis, the extremism and the extreme right-wing forces in Israel, they killed their Prime Minister, Mr. Rabin. And from that time until today, the Israeli society, the Israeli government going fastly toward the right extremism forces. Until today, they didn't know and they couldn't to create government, and they will have after 1 month the third term of election in 3 months, because they want to escape of their commitment in the international law. They don't want to end the occupation. And because they are feeling they are above of the international law, they want to continue and to manage the occupation. They want to establish a new apartheid regime in Palestine, which nobody will agree. Now we are in Palestine, the majority of the Palestinian people, and also it is here, I must to say, that we have internal problem inside the Palestinian society, the division between Hamas and Fatah. But I am saying from here, as a Palestinian official, and also as a Palestinian, I born from Gaza, they must be united, because we have one enemy. Our enemy wants us to be divided. And your enemy wants you to be a radical Muslim. For that, in the beginning, I told, and I am requesting here, Maulana and ulama al-Muslimin here in India, and the education institution personalities, to have a big role, to have a moderate Islam, to have a moderate Islam ID and practicing. The Muslim, it is not because he believes in Quran and in Muhammad. The real Muslim who practicing the value and the idea of the Islam. So, don't be afraid because you are a Muslim. A terrorism, which they are now, they are changing, as I told in the beginning, they're changing the concept of struggling against occupation or colonialism. They are spreading that in different way that it is like terrors. No, our fight is not terror. We are fighting the occupation, and we will still and continue our fighting in different and in many ways. Majority of Palestine, they used to fight in and to use the peaceful resistance, which it is very important and more powerful than the weapons. Okay, sir. Only 2 minutes. Really, it is more, and I can give you one evidence. Before 6 months ago, the Israeli occupation, they closed Al-Aqsa, the most important or the second most important holy places for Muslim in the world. What we received, only condemnation from our brother and from our Muslim country and also from Europe. Nobody can stop Israel and to make Israel accountable. And Israel is happy because nobody can put them accountable because they are get backing from United States. But I tell you, our people, our children, our old people, only in the East Jerusalem, which their population is 300,000, they stopped it and they opened the Al-Aqsa Mosque peacefully, in peaceful way. They prayed in the street. They slept in front of Al-Aqsa Mosque, and the Israeli, they couldn't stand against the majority of the international community that they are violating the free religious. Jerusalem, it is not for Palestinian. It is for the all Muslim and for the all Christian and also for the Jews. It is a holy land. We are asking that it must be open to everybody. But Al-Aqsa, it is a Muslim holy place. And we will defeat the Al-Aqsa. And the God put us as a Palestinian people in the front of the confrontation. And we are proud for that. You know why? Because Palestine, it is the gate of the heaven. And finally, I have a lot of things to say here, but I will finalize my speech also in the education because I don't want to politicize this important conference. Let's to concentrate it in the education system models. And also, once again, please concentrate in the plan of action and the actions in the programs. Education is not only important for the economic growth and prosperity. Education is also critical in the promoting peace and social cohesion. As Ben Rashid wisely said, ignorance leads to fear. Fear leads to hate. And hate leads to violence. This is fusion in schools and classrooms. Generations first learn how to experience the world around them. So what we teach and what children learn should reflect the diversity of culture and promote respect and understanding. In the 11th century, the philosopher, one of the most philosopher, Al-Ghazali, cautioned that knowledge without action is wastefulness, and action without knowledge is foolishness. It is very important. And we must to act as Dr. and the hero Martin Luther King said, with fierce urgency of now, knowing that there is such things as being too late. Thank you very much.